Okay, here we go. Railings. It's been frustrating to say the least because, as you remember last semester, the railings were hard to deal with. I've been trying to find a better way, and I think I get the best way that we can deal with it. It's not perfect, but it's going to work. All right, so what we're going to do is start a new project from the architectural template and draw you a stairs and a wall, and make them the same orientation that you've been working with. It'd just be easier to understand, I think. So do you a stair and do you a wall. And then we'll go to our 3D view here. Now then, over here in your project browser, scroll down to families and expand families. And scroll down to railings, expand railings. And then scroll down to railings and expand railing again. Select this handrail rectangular and right click it and go duplicate. And then go to the duplicate and rename it. Residential wall mount. Now the reason we're doing it this way is because you cannot build a handrail family. You have to take one of the existing ones and edit it to make something new. Okay, and so now we're going to edit that, but to do that, we're going to go type properties. Okay, under rail structure, edit, it should be empty. Good. Baluster placement, let's edit that. And we want to change all of these to none. Okay, so everything should be NA or none. Then we go OK. Now we scroll down. We're going to uncheck top rail. We're going to come down to handrail 1 for type. We'll click it and then click the button. And our options are 3 different types. So we're going to choose the pipe wall mount option. We'll leave it at miter. And we're just going to leave all of this set the way it is for right now. Okay. And then we'll go OK. And then we'll go OK again. And then we're going to go railing, place on stairs. We'll come over here and choose the one we just created. I think I left out one step. I did. Okay, my bad. I've been through this so many times. Okay, residential wall mount. Type properties. Position. Let's make that left. Okay, and that should work. Residential wall mount. Choose my stairs. Yes! Eureka! Finally, if you people knew what I have been through. Getting this to work. Okay. So now I'm going to delete that one side. Now we're going to leave it the way it is right now. And we're going to make all our edits over in the project. So what you want to do is you want to select this and then copy, Control C, go into your project and Control V to paste it. But as you can see, I've already got one pasted in here. Okay. So you do Control V and paste it. And put it in here. And you may get a couple of warning messages. That's okay. Go ahead and work through those. Now, in your project, you're going to need a 3D camera view on the bottom floor so you can see your stairs. And let's see, I've got one set up here. So this is what we're going to put in. Okay. And I'm going to show you the changes we're going to make to it over in the one that I just created so that I'm not messing around inside my project anymore. But this is what we're going to create here. So I'm going to go back to my project here and I'm going to work over here. Let me change colors and all that kind of stuff here. All right. So now what we want to do is once you get it in and put it in place, Okay, we can come in and let's start with making sure that it's lined up correctly. So in your floor plan view, or yeah, floor plan view works good. So let's go to fine detail if you're not there already. Okay, and you can see the offsets right here for the railing or for the wall mounts. Whatever that distance is there, that is the offset from path distance. Okay, so it depends on how you created your project. You just have to play with it until you get something that works. 0 may work. It may have, oh, that put it to the edge of the stringer. I want it on the wall. Okay. Why don't I just measure? Dude. Okay, so in my case, it's going to, in my case, it's minus 2 inches. In yours, it might be 0. It might be I think it's 3/4 of an inch because that's the thickness of our stringers. Whatever it is, get it lined up on the wall using the offset from path. Okay. All right. Now back to the 3D view. And we're going to take it one step at a time. All right. So I'm going to zoom in, select it. I'm going to go edit type. And we want to scroll down to where we had this pipe wall mount. And let's select that again. And we can change our material type here. And let's go ahead and make it okay. In your project, you should have one that's called wood cherry because of the doors and the things like that that we've got going on. Let's see. I don't know that I've got it here. Okay, because the doors that we've been using are wood cherry. So in my project, I made it a wood cherry material. Okay, extension. Let's start at the beginning. Okay, so we'll choose extension style and we'll go wall. And for length, let's go with 3 inches. Oop, I'm gonna have to okay so I can see those things. Okay, so that's what it does. It puts a little horizontal thing and then it returns it to the wall. I've I've played with this thing and I I can't get the well I can get this one to go fill it at the bottom, but I couldn't make it. It does rounds. I couldn't make it work at the top. So we're going to try it, all right, because it looks much better. And let's play with our distance here. All right, so that looks a little weird. Okay, so 1.5 inch, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to OK out of that, and I'm going to go up to the top where I can see up here. And when I kept doing this before, it kept giving me all kinds of error messages. So I'm going to try that. Yeah, that's just what I thought. It didn't want to build a miter at the top or a fillet at the top. So we're just going to have to stick with miter. You can play with it. You might be able to get it to work. I do know. So I'm going to change that back to miter and go with wall mount. 3 inches kind of worked good at the top. you can try different sizes, but at some point it reaches a point to where it won't build it anymore. Oh, 1 foot. Okay, so it looks like 1.5 inches is the best for both ends. Okay. Now then, you may need to adjust the length of it based on your door jamb up here at the top. So that being the case, go back to level 1 or your basement level and change your cutting plane if you need to. And you can select it and go edit path, and you click on the line there, and you can drag the line back a little bit. And so you want to get it adjusted so that this return is not sticking in your wall or in your door frame, your door jamb, okay? So adjust that so that it's out. This just needs to be over the bottom nosing, okay, which is the default. That shouldn't change too much. Okay, if you end up with the supports on the handrails, and let me go back to my project and I'll show you that in my project. I put a section view through the stairs. Okay, so if we select on this thing and go back into edit again and go down to our handrail 1 pipe wall mount, and scroll down here to supports, we can leave it fixed order. We can go with fixed distance. We just play with it a little bit. I think 3'6" on center works okay. Let's see. Maybe, maybe not, because I had adjusted that one and moved it. Let's go with that. 3'6". Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll move the end ones. So you go to hover over it and go to the tab key until it's just that one selected and click it. And you want to unpin it, and then you can move it down a few inches. Don't pin it back because then it reverts back to where it was. I know some of you won't believe me and you'll try and pin it back and it'll just move back to where it was. That's the way it's made. Okay, and so that's how we're going to do a wall-mounted handrail. And you can see there, I need to adjust that. Let me go to my first floor plan. Yeah, because it's actually in my door trim once we added the end to the thing. So what I do is I just select my line, drag it back a couple of inches. That looks pretty good there. I have to go back to my basement plan to look at that. That's still close to the bottom of the stairs, so that looks good. Okay, so that's how we're going to do handrails, wall-mounted handrails. That works out a lot better than last semester. So do that. If you got questions, shoot me an email. Come see me in the lab.